You're watching EVH and Gear TV, brought to you by Stewart Travel Guitars. See the incredible stowaway travel guitar at stewartguitars.com. Microphones for EVH and Gear TV are provided by Rode Microphones. And official Van Halen merchandise is provided by VanHalenStore.com. Here's your host from Ontario, Canada, EVH artist Eric Broadbent.
Camera 2. Happy Thursday evening to you all. Welcome to EVH and Gear TV. We are live for an impromptu live broadcast. I have my mixer back, which you can see, and I'm so very, very happy. I was out of commission for as far as having guests on the show because I needed my mixer. I need multiple channels. I need to bring in mix minus setups for the guests so they don't hear themselves back on the mix and create all this kind of cluster bleep. Got the mixer back. It blew up on me last week, and I had a replacement sent to me from Presonus almost overnight. We just went through the weekend. I was down throughout the weekend without a mixer. I had it sent to me by UPS. I had it arrive here on Tuesday, and I couldn't ask for better service. We have it back, and I'm very, very happy. Just in time because we have some killer shows this weekend, and we'll talk about those very soon. We have both EVH and Gear TV Friday and the Helix Hour on Sunday. Speaking of which, nice new shirt, and we'll talk about shirts and merchandise very soon as well too. I'm going to say hi to people in the chat first. We have a few people here already, so let's say hi to them. Thank you so very much for tuning in for this unscheduled broadcast. Quentin James is here saying, hey kids, Ricky Mees here. Eric, how you doing? Doing very, very well, thank you. Nocturnal Butterfly, my beautiful better half, running the chat efficiently as always, and she's got some cool stuff that I'm going to be showing you tonight that she's been working on. It's chilly in these lower 48s. Ricky Mees, yeah, it's cold here. I cranked the heat up a little bit in the house tonight too. Cold and damp. We've had a lot of rain over the past 2 days. David Ennis is here saying, hello, Eric and Nocturnal Butterfly. How are you guys doing tonight? Doing very, very well, thank you. R2 is here. R2, R3, Locking Nut. Nice to have you here. Woody Mahaffey, I think it is here. Paul Glover. Scott Connor, how do you do? Let's see who else I'm missing here. Ricky Mees, I think I mentioned that. I really like Presonus products. Me too. I have the AR12 USB. I love it to death. It's become, as important to me as my microphones, my guitar, and, all that kind of stuff. Very important. In case you're wondering what I'm playing here tonight too, this is my new best friend. Helix Stomp, HX Stomp. I love that. That's what you're hearing right now. I love it to death. Love it. Thank you. R2R3 says thumbs up here. Thank you. Alan Haller is here. Chad Woodruff, hi all. David NSR2, nice. So a few things to talk about tonight. It won't be a very, very long broadcast, but we're gonna go through some little bit of jams, a little bit, play some jams. Been really enjoying this Yamaha Pacifica as of late. It's been with me for many years, back since 1990, and it came out of retirement as becoming a hard guitar to put down. As you can hear by these tones, it's just absolutely beautiful 5-way pickup switch. You know, I can get all kinds of beautiful tones out of this thing. My happy spot is in position number 2. That sounds pretty nice, doesn't it? Let me turn off that delay for a second. That's a very, very nice delay, but it's too much in this case, but turn it off for a second. R2 saying it sounds majestic. I love that. I love the ambiance. Let's put that delay back on for a minute. It's almost like a dotted eighth. It's kind of a swell delay. That's kind of the riff I was writing at the beginning of the show. Some of you jumped in late, so I was doing something like this. Thing is about this HX Stomp, this is a very, very kind of humbling thing that I'm working on right now. It makes you humble, I tell you that. So HX Stomp just came out, I can say roughly about a month ago from line 6. It's basically Helix in a very, very small footprint. I wish I could show you. It's just off to my left here, but this is pretty much almost actual size. If you can see that. So it's about, if you picture, okay, a lot of you that are watching the show are familiar with obviously EVH products, EVH 5150 Overdrive. Add about that much more width to that pedal, and that's what HX Stomp is. So Jennifer Batten, we'll talk about her more in depth in a moment, but she's known for traveling the world, doing all these clinics and guitars, guitar clinics, but she professes that if gear has to fit in her suitcase or she won't use it. So she's recently acquired an HX Stomp, and she was telling me, she says, any chance you could kind of help me come up with a Michael Jackson, Eddie Van Halen Beat It tone, because she says, I'm going to be known for the rest of my life as having to play that solo. Everyone, hey, play the Beat It solo, Jennifer. So I've been working on a patch for her, a preset, and I can probably dial it up here for a second. And this is one that I've custom created, and I kind of like it. Let's skip a lot of, whoops, hang on, let's go back to view here for a minute. Hang on, bear with me. I want to go to view, not page. There we go. All right, let's go up to, and the preset is actually called Beat It Batten. So I've got 2 different snapshots on it. Here we go. So the main one is more of a dry rhythm, which could be used for a lot of Van Halen. Lots of reverb, of course, we can dial that back. And of course, you go into the second snapshot. So there you go. One of the presets I'm working on for her, a little bit of multiple eras of Van Halen. So that should hopefully, I haven't heard from her yet. I sent it to her last week and I've heard if she likes it or not yet, which scares me because she might not like it. But she's very busy, so we'll have to wait and see how that that pans out as well. But that's HX Stomp. It's pretty damn awesome. Let's go back to the chat and say hi. Then we're going to talk about some really cool stuff here. I seem to be getting a lot of echo here tonight. It must just be my room. I can't see what else have I got going here. That should be good. I think it's just me. Let's go back to the chat here a little bit. Thank you for your patience. I'm going to switch to another camera here just for a moment, okay? 1 sec. There we go. I'm looking at the screen here, and I've got chat over here, so it's a little bit easier to watch instead of, you know, looking at the kind of cockeyed off to the side. Lots of people watching. This is awesome. Okay. Paul Glover sounding good. I hope I didn't. Oh, Woody is here. Mahaffey, did I mention you? I hope I did. And if I did miss somebody, I apologize greatly. Okay, let me see here. Alan Holler, Chad Woodruff, David Ennis. Let me see here. Andrew Robinson saying, hi, Eric. Nice to have you here. Zach Thong. Hey, Eric and Nocturnal Butterfly. Quentin James. Yep. Nice to have you, Quentin. Man, it's awesome. Let me see here. Scott Connor. Man, that one is spot on. Thank you, Alan Holler. He's sick. There you go. Woody says something about have to buy one. That is, I've missed it. Where to say sold? I have to buy one. They're pretty awesome. $5.99 US. I don't even know what that translates here in Canada, but it's a very affordable, you know, way to get into modeling. And when I say modeling, not to go get your pictures taken in the glamour shots. I'm talking about, you know, modeling of amplifiers and things like that. It's a very, very powerful unit. It really, your limitations are your imagination. Pretty cool. Thank you. R2 says the fretboard is on fire. Wow, Rocket Brother, thank you. This guitar has been making me play really good a lot lately. It has a real personal story to me, and I'm glad this guitar came back into my life. It hasn't really left my life. It's just been neglected, and I brought it back from the dead, and it's communicating with me. You know, your guitars. There'll be certain guitars. I'm sure you've had these opportunities where your guitars communicate with you, and this is one where the guitar has communicated with me greatly. Pardon if this makes a little bit of noise. I'm just going to drop this down a little bit. Andrew Robinson, any chipmunk lover is okay with me. There we go. Yeah, we have a friendly little chipmunk who's probably now hibernating for the winter here. Jethro and his brother or stepbrother Clark. They're our little resident chipmunks. We love them to death. And actually, Nocturnal Butterfly, if you click on her name and go to her channel, she's got a really cool video that she put up just a while back with the two of them. They got into a fight, and it's you know, no one got really hurt. But you watch these little chipmunks have a fight. It's kind of cute. It squeaks and, you know, that kind of thing. Thank you, Chad Woodruff says, excellent eruption. Thank you. I appreciate that. The secret, I don't do eruption even close to being accurate, but one of the things you got to do is you got to slow yourself down. And I'm the first person to go too fast. Let's just do that tapping part for a second. And even actually this part here is something. Let's switch cameras for a second. Take that real slow. Okay, let's go. And I'm gonna switch picks. I'm using a Dava pick right now, which I love these picks to death. But sometimes for the faster picking, I like using the EVH picks or like thinner gauge, and just work on that really slow. And that's where everybody goes wrong, including myself. You want to rush that, and I tend to rush everything I do. So you take your time and you do it no problem. It's one of my favorite things of Eddie, the way he jumped like that. Let me do it without all the phasing, all the other effects. Jump strings. One more time. Come to the fun part. Even the tapping part, take your time. Feel that triplet. See, I lost it. Let's do it again. See what I'm trying to I'm trying to teach something. I'm horrible. put the embellishments up there of the phaser. And even the other part, like I was just doing a second ago. See, I'm rushing it and you mess it up. There you go. Thank you on that, Chad. I appreciate that. Michael Baudet says, hey, everyone, tipping my hat to Eric, Nocturnal Butterfly, and Junior. Thank you. Thank you very much. We had a great Halloween here. Actually, I'm looking at the wrong screen again. Let's go back. Let's go back. There we go. Andrew Robin says, you're a really great player, Eric. Thank you. I humbly accept that great compliment. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let me see here. Alan Holler. Let me see. Andrew Robinson. Lick Max, awesome mustache. And Lick Max, you nailed it on the head because there's a lot of mustache talk tonight, and it's certainly not about mine, but it's about a very, very good cause now that we're into the month of November 1st here today, and that's what we're going to jump to in a second, okay? Thank you. I appreciate that. Let me see here. Scott Corner, they probably pay me very well to not have my picture taken. And yeah, Woody says, are you running it through the mixer? Yes, I am. I could run it through USB very easily, and it works great. It works as a killer USB audio interface for your DAW of choice. In my case, I'm on a Mac, so I would be using Logic. I do use Logic, but tonight, yes, I'm running through my mixer. That way I could, if I wanted to tonight, I could have some backing tracks playing, which I won't do because I don't think I'm in tune at the moment with, or I'm in tune, but not properly in tune. And I'm not going to play with any tracks, but I'm running through my PreSonus mixer, and I'll see if I can show you that screen again. One sec. So that's my PreSonus there, and I've got a lot of channels being utilized. On any given night, I could be using 5-6 channels at a time, for guests and like I was mentioning earlier. So let's go back to the main screen. So that's the answer to that question. Let me see here. Alan Holler, all owners can buy native. Yeah, LT owners can buy native for $99. So what he's referring to there, if you happen to own a Line 6 product like a rack, like I have the Helix rack back there, I have the Helix floor on the floor here. Depending on which version you own, you get incentives to buy the software version, which is basically Helix in software. It's called Native at a reduced price. So they give you incentives to buy that if you're already an owner of the other products. Scott Roos is here saying, sounding great, my friend. Appreciate that. Chad says, thanks for the tips. I'm going to practice Eruption while I watch. Awesome. Fantastic. And speaking of learning tips, I'm going to try my best to stay on track here tonight. I'm going to share some things that's coming up tomorrow night, talking about learning guitar. We'll get on that as well too. Let me see here. I think I might have had all the comments here, so I'm going to leave it there. What we're going to talk about now, Nocturnal Butterfly a while back. I'm not sure how long ago this has been. It seems like it's been about a couple months, I'm going to say. She launched this new little merchandise store. And it's kind of quickly becoming not necessarily a little one anymore. It's for our brand that she started. She started this brand called Broad Stash. And it's kind of neat, because everyone knows me as the mustache guy. I mean, that's how they know me before they know if I play guitar. They're always, that guy's got the mustache. So that's kind of cool. So we're doing stuff with mustaches. And of course, in the merchandise booth, we have Helix Hour stuff, like this very shirt I'm wearing right now. I kind of like this one, kind of neat. EVH and Gear TV, Kramer Corner, my other show, Rocking Dead, which is my new show, and like we say, Broad Stash. So instead of talking about this all night long, I'm going to show you some of the things. She's been working around the clock a full day today, so I'm going to change camera angles here again, and we're going to show you some of the merchandise since that was brought up about the mustache. And Alessandro Monroe say hello to Brazil. Thank you so very, very much thank you for tuning in from Brazil. And Andrew also says, my wife's Canadian, but we live in the U.S., but it seems like Canada has some great stores. She's very polite, like Eric. Bobby Clipper says, nice to see you back, Eric, and it feels good to be back. Very, very nice. And John Carey, you started Broad Stash. I like that one. Your broad started. Yeah, she's a pretty broad, that's for sure. Let's jump over to the webcam here. The browser. One sec. Okay. So throughout the evening, Nocturnal Butterfly will probably post some links, but it's broadstash.com. That's easy to remember. BROADSTACHE.com. That'll take you here to the store. And I'm going to be reorganizing this with her in a little bit because you have to go a few pages in to see some of this new stuff. And we do have a little bit of Halloween stuff left over. We're just going to kind of move it and archive it for next season. But we're going to start here. So let's talk about this. The month of November is kind of is awareness for cancers, and a lot of men, and a lot of these, in your workplaces and social clubs and communities, stuff like that. They do, like, they'll shave off the mustache, they'll grow a mustache in support of awareness for prostate cancer and things of that nature. And we're doing something similar here as well. I'm not shaving off the mustache again. I did it about a month ago, but we're going to be doing something even better than that. We're raising money by selling our merchandise here for the entire month of November, or MoVember. We're going to refer to it now from throughout the entire rest of the broadcast tonight. We're going to refer to it as MoVember. We're donating all of our proceeds to MoVember Canada. And before I start showing you some of the merchandise, you can kind of see a little bit of it on the screen. I'm going to read you something here because I have the memory of I don't know what, a newborn baby. I cannot remember things. So I'm going to read something that's been presented to me here, at least so I can say it verbatim. Okay, and I'll jump back off the screen here just for a second. Actually, you know what? No, it's more important to see what's on the screen there than seeing me. Movember is upon us, and we now have new mustache theme merch in the Broad Stash Boutique this month, with 100% of the proceeds donated to Movember Canada. As I have said in previous videos, Movember Canada is a nonprofit organization that raises funds and awareness for all the dads, brothers, sons, and friends in your life. In 2017, Mo brothers and Mo sisters, or sisters as they refer to it, from across Canada helped raise $17.2 million. Astronomical. In 2017, the Movember Foundation is the only charity tackling men's health on a global scale around the world, around the globe, around the flat earth, whichever one you believe, but they've been tackling it around on a global scale year-round. By 2030, they will reduce the number of men from dying prematurely by 25%. There's a lot of things. It's not just the prostate cancer. It's not the cancers. There's suicide prevention. And it's really overwhelming how many people you talk to that, mental health issues are so common. And some of our favorite idols have, suffered from depression, and they've taken their own lives. And it's something that it's such a stigma on it, you know what I mean? And the Movember Foundation does a lot to help with that as well too. And, don't be afraid to tell somebody, you got some problems, and to ask if you can talk to them. Tell them you want to talk. And if you have a good friend, they're going to listen to you. But these people are people that are going to make a difference as well too, and really raising some fantastic money from what you've seen, where I just read to you. So to carry on, it says, together we can make a difference for men's health and prostate cancer, testicular cancer, mental health, and suicide prevention. It's fantastic. Not only will our new mustache merch profits go to this charity, but everything we sell in our boutique is included. So I'm not just talking about stuff that's mustache. I mean, sure, that's the awareness of it, but everything from what I'm wearing right now, the Helix Hour shirt, to the EVH Gear TV, to Kramer Corner, Rockin' Dead, anything that is in this store, and there's lots of it. There's a lot of stuff in the store. There's like 8 or 9 pages of stuff. Every bit that is profit, every single dollar that is profit for the month of Movember is going to go to Movember Canada. So I want to go through, I'm not going to go through every single one because it would take us all night long, but I'm going to go through at least a very few. And Nocturnal Butterfly has done some great things. So I'm going to click on a few here and just have a look. This is really cool. Okay, so there we got Grow Your Mo. Very, very cool. And a lot of them have obviously our website address on the back, and they come in different colors. You can see different things like that as well too. Obviously the bright colors will show off the mustache a lot more. A lot of cool stuff, different sizes, all that kind of stuff. And they're very, very comfortable shirts. I'm wearing one right now in the Helix Hour. It's very comfortable. And then you can see the broadstash.com on the back. Obviously it promotes a little bit of our brand as well. But let's go back a little bit. I'll have a look at some of these. That's Grow Your Mo, like that. It's obviously awareness. Okay, these are our Halloween ones. We're going to go a little bit further. And what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to try to maybe open these up in new tabs, and that way we don't lose it. So of course, so you're seeing a little bit of our other branded stuff, Kramer Corner and EVH and Gear TV and that kind of stuff, mugs, all that kind of stuff. That wasn't my intention to show you that, because you can find all that later. My intention is to show you the Movember items. Okay, we're getting closer. As I mentioned, we do have some Halloween things in there. And I'm going to make this a bit easier for people to find too. I'm going to put a lot of the Movember stuff on the home page. So now we're getting back a little closer. All right, let's try to do this. Let's go there. All right, let's try this. There we go. Open up a new tab. That's the best way to do it. Mobro, I like that, with the big fancy mustache, that kind of thing. And t-shirts are competitively priced. We're not making a ton of money on these things. In this case, whatever we do make, I'm actually very happy to pass on to MoVember Canada. So we'll do kind of a recap video at the end of the month, and we'll tell everybody exactly. We'll show our numbers, what we made, and we're going to pass that forward, pay it forward. This is a cool one. Let's have a look at this one. And here again, this is Nocturnal Butterfly. A little bit of a show of applause for her in the chat. She's been working around the clock on this. I'm very proud of her. I'm very proud of what she does here. Just for all of that. I mean, I would not be doing what I'm doing if it were not for her. She pushes me to do more. She pushes me to go live more. You know, I mean, doing 4 shows a week now, I have slacked on a couple shows. They're bouncing back soon here as well. But if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be doing any of this. So, and this is all her. I like this one. Can you handle this? Very, very nice. I like that. Big old mustache. And everything, like I say, it represents MoVember. Let's go back here and have a look. I really like this one. This is one I think I'm going to buy myself. And you know what I think I'm going to do? I could easily buy this at a cheaper price. This one here. I could buy this at a cheaper price for myself, but I'm going to buy this at full pop with the full price. And then that'll go into the pot as well, too. That's going to go into our charity. So I'm going to pay full price for this shirt because I like this one. And I'm going to, I'll use the money that I would have normally had to saved on. I'll use the profit to go to the charity as well, too. That's very, very cool. I like that. That's neat. Very cool. So it gets lost a little bit on that one, but you can kind of pick a darker shirt and you're off to the races. Let's continue on here for a second. I'll jump back to the chat in a second as well, too. Oh, you got your old Lou Temple mustache over here. The handlebars going on here. Rockamo Save a Bro. That is very cool. This one here, I would pick probably like in a yellow or something like that. That's pretty neat. I like that. Rockamo Save a Bro. Rock a mustache. Oh, and you know what? I didn't open in a new tab. Oh, I didn't do it. Now I got to go back to this again. I'm going to make this easier for you guys and girls. That's for sure. All right, there we go. I think I jumped to the right page. And then look at the hoodies and stuff. She's got nice pullover hoodies, phone cases, and then some cool kind of novelty items. I like the coffee mugs, little tote bags. Man, oh man, look at that, would you? Let's go back one page. I think I might have skipped too far. And I apologize if I'm missing any comments. I will jump back right away, I promise. Okay, back to the house. Okay, there we go. That's right where we left off. So let's go continue to page 6. And I think she might even have some on to page 7. I think she might even have carpal tunnel from the amount of it she's been clicking on things today. Let's see. There we go. That's great. I love mustache. I'll go back one page. Oh, there she got. That's a beach towel. Look at the onesies. See, this is really cool. She was going to show me some of this stuff today, and I saw a little bit. I haven't seen this page here yet. Not one bit. So I'm seeing this for the first time with you guys and girls as well, too. And I think this is awesome. Let's have a look at this little onesie. My dad's mustache is cooler than your dad's. That is so cool. I really, really like that. $18.99, very, very fair price. And think about that too. The proceeds on that, the profits will go to charity. Let's go back and continue there. The beach towel. So the same thing again in a t-shirt. You can't see my mouse cursor when I'm pointing, but I'm pointing to the red t-shirt. Hoodies. Look at that. And then this is a woman's slouch shirt. Let's have a look at that one. So for the ladies as well too. I Heart Mustache slouchy tee. Very, very nice. $26.99 Canadian. Very nice. And of course, as you see, related products down below, they're all like throughout our whole brand. So we've got a lot to offer in here, and we're going to be doing this again and again and again all the time. But I'm going to jump back to the first camera here. So thank you, Nocturnal Butterfly, for doing this. This has been, I've been looking forward to doing this. We've been waiting for November to get here. Not that I'm rushing the year to end, but looking forward greatly to November to give a little bit back. You know, and MoVember Canada, in this case, as I repeated earlier, they do a lot for people, and more so than that we actually, see on the face of things. We just think about it with cancers, but there's a lot more than that. So it's going to be a great charity to donate to. I'm going to go back and see if I can find a few comments that I might have missed. David Ennis says, "Happy MoVember, everyone." Yes, let's refer to that MoVember for sure. And John Kerry, awesome. Men's Health, good cause. Let me see here. I'm just going to turn my mic just a little bit. And I missed a page. Okay, I'm getting a message saying I missed a page. Let me see here. I want to make sure I show Nocturnal's work. 1 second. I'll say which one. She's a good producer here and lets me know when I miss things for sure. Last page. Okay, so let's go to the page 8. See if we have it there. Oh, there we go. There we go. We got it. Thank you, baby. We got it. Really cool women's sweater there. What they call the flowy tees or flowy tees. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Mustache baby onesie. I like the mug. That's very, very cool. And then we've got some Kramer Corner phone cases as well, too. And I'll say I got it, I think. Very, very nice. Let's have a look at this one. This will be the last one that we look at here. It's kind of cool. It looks very comfortable. And I know we're spending a little bit of time on this, but this is something what I would much rather spend more time on, something like this than just myself, because this is for a very, very, very good cause. That looks very comfortable. And, you know, I'm not trying to give you a sales pitch. I've got a lot of the shirts here that we sell in the store. The one I'm wearing right now, the Helix Hour. This one's a tagless one. I love that. I hate tags in my shirts. In a lot of cases, I've got the EVH and I've got a Kramer Corner shirt here, and they're very, very comfortable. One thing I would suggest, if I can give you any kind of sizing tips, I like to wear a men's large myself, and I find if I don't dry my shirts, I wash my shirts and hang them to dry. Large is great for me, and so it gives me a nice fit. These ones are almost to the point where if I washed them once, being a large, it would be a belly shirt for me. So maybe if you order, add one size additional to, let's say if you want a large, get an extra large. If you're an extra large, get a double extra large. That kind of thing. I'm sure you might even repeat that for the women's shirts. Just get one size bigger than what you think you might want, and I still would encourage you to hang them to dry. But the quality is very, very good. I wouldn't be recommending you guys and girls to buy these things if they weren't good quality. They're very comfortable. All right, let's go back here again now for a second. So we have the link from Nocturnal. That is MoVember Canada. Thank you very much. Michael Madej, I'm kind of going in different random order here. Michael Madej says, Eric, did they fix your board? No, they replaced it, gave me a brand new one, and curried the other one back before they even looked at it, which was great. So fantastic service from Personas as a manufacturer. Ericsson Audio is a distributor here in Canada out of Montreal, and they looked after me very, very well. It was a scary moment, and I'm glad what happened in the early part of the evening, because if what happened in the middle of the night, it could have been disastrous, because the board literally went pop with a couple, like, you know, bangs, like a cap gun, and smoke come up from both sides. Something actually shorted out inside the board, and it could have been a disaster. I was right here when it happened, and it sent all kinds of white noise to my monitors, which are Personas monitors as well too, like horrendous jet engine noises. I was able to shut the thing off very quickly, and it didn't cause any damage, and my monitors are 100% fine, so we're good. So yeah, we're back in business. Okay, Bobby Clipper, yeah, I mentioned you earlier. Thank you. It says nice to see you. Let me see here. Yeah, Lickmax, very nice. We got the link to MoVember Canada. John Kerry, Men's Health, good cause. I repeat myself sometimes, but you know what? It's better to say it twice than not say it. Jason Wade is here. Nice to see you, Jason. He says, EVH Gear TV, Nocturnal Butterfly. Hello, friends. They sell great merch, everyone. I have a neon green Kramer Corner shirt. That's my favorite, too. I have that one, too, in neon green. Thanks, Jason, for your support. It means a lot. And Quentin says, grow your mo. That's epic. Yeah, exactly. Right? And you won't see me without a mustache very often. It's one of those things where I did that a while back. I shaved it on a Tuesday, had it back by Wednesday, lunchtime. But I took some photos with Sandra Lee or Nocturnal Butterfly here, and I did not like the appearance without the mustache. So it's going to be part of it for quite some time. It's going to be part of me for the rest of my life. But James, no one wants to see me in those leggings. You never know. You might join an 80s band or something. Yes, we got a round of applause for Nocturnal Butterfly from a lot of people for doing what she does. That's fantastic. Pulled out a bulldog or mini pit bull during the show. Where are my dogs at? Let me see if I miss anybody else. Jason Wade needs the llama pants. Eric, EVH and Gear TV needs the llama pants. I'd try that once. I'll do anything once. Well, not anything, but I'll wear some llama pants. Why not? But I got some real stick legs, so that would probably look pretty funny. They'd look more like crabs or something, or some kind of creature other than a llama. My legs are so skinny you wouldn't see them full thing. Okay, Alessandro Monroe says, please show your effect chain. You use effects pedals with Helix? No, I can't actually show the HX Stomp right now, and I could very well, if I was plugged in with USB right now, I could show you with a graphical overlay. But all I'm using for what you heard there for that main Van Halen patch, which is... It's very simple. I'm using, right out of the gate, I'm using Phase 90 a script phase 90, basically EVH style. I'm using a very hot rodded Marshall type of amplifier. I'm using a distortion pedal in front of that just for a slight overdrive. I'm using a vintage plate reverb. I'm using a tape delay. And am I using anything else? I think, let me see, what else am I using here? One sec. I'll tell you what else I'm using. What's the last thing? That's it. No, I'm using phase, distortion, amplifier. I'm using an impulse response. I am using an impulse response as opposed to a cabinet. I really like impulse responses. And the particular one I'm using here is a commercial one that I purchased from Celestion. It's the actual EVH 5150 412, which you can see behind me back there. It's a digital reproduction or a simulation of that cabinet. And then, of course, like I said, the reverb and delay, and that is 100% it, nothing else. And for the main patch that you hear, that's just a rhythm. All we got there is reverb, a slight delay, barely anything here. It's just barely there. Same thing with no phase. Less gain. That's it. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. Let me see here. Nocturne Butterfly, she's appreciating the feedback for sure, and that's very, very cool. So Alessandro, that's my information on my chain. Very, very simple. And what's going to be pretty cool, as long as I get Jennifer's permission on this, and I don't even know if she likes the preset yet, but when I find out if she does, usually on my show, the Helix Hour, we have guests provide presets, exclusive presets. So as long as she's cool with this can be the first time I've ever done this in my 2 seasons of running the Helix Hour. I'm going to be providing a free preset for people to download. It'll be this one, as long as she doesn't mind me sharing with the one that I'm building for her with everybody else. It'll be kind of cool. So it'll be a real different spin on how I normally run the show. John Kerry, try some mirror aviator glasses on the air while you shred. I don't usually wear I've never worn glasses on the air, but that'd be kind of neat. I could try it. Bobby Lopez is here. Nice to see you. Hello, all from Toronto. Nice to have you tuning in from Toronto. We were just there not too long ago. Junior and I were there seeing the Gorillas. We got to hang with them backstage and meet the band, minus Damon Albarn, with the main singer. Would have loved to have met him, but it was great to be in Toronto again. Scott Roos says, I went to college in 2012 and had a website project that did promoting MoVember. I tried growing one that year for MoVember. It looked like Geppetto. Yeah, some people just have a hard time with it. You know, it's not for everybody. If Eric Jr. is going to be like me, he'll have his full-blown mustache next year. He's already grown one right now, and he's only 12. Daryl Qualls is here saying, hola, nice to have you here. Nice to see you. So let's talk a little bit about what's happening here. We're at 9:39 here. We can probably wrap up by the 10 o'clock hour. And Neil Banbury says, no luck selling a lunchbox. I really didn't promote it other than just on Facebook. And, you know, it's like trying to sell something on Facebook. Unless you're paying Facebook for ads, it's stuff that's kind of gets swept in the marketplace. So what he's talking about is the Lunchbox 2. I just don't play them anymore. To be honest, 100% honest with you, the greatest amplifier, some of the greatest amplifiers in the world, but my heart belongs to the Helix product line right now. I don't even need an amplifier. I seriously don't. I could play this the rest of my life. I love it. I could be doing this for the rest of my life. So, but I am going to advertise those, and I'm probably going to keep the 100 watt with the 412 because that's very, very special to me. It was the first thing I got as an EVH artist when I joined the roster back in 2008. Very first piece of gear I ever got from them. So it means a lot to me. So I probably that's going to stick with me for probably near forever. Citizen Kane says, hey, EVH Gear TV, and the Pacifica is sounding great, Eric. He says, thank you. I appreciate that. This guitar has been one heck of a blast to play. Before we jump over to what's coming up in the rest of the show this weekend, I'll try to go through a couple other patches here. Presets. I keep saying patches. I mean, same thing. Presets are what they're technically called, but let's go back to view. And my good friend Jason Sedites has some presets in here, and so does my other friend Glenn DeLon. They came direct factory. I'll show you a couple of Glens that I really like. And just because of this guitar, I've been playing a lot funkier lately and things like that as well too. Let's go back. So this is the first one I started off to. It's called Relativity. Okay, this is kind of nice. So this is beautiful. And here again, I'm playing in the second position of this guitar, so it gives that really kind of spanky tone. The cool thing is, if I turn off that delay, which is a lot of delay, and the term relativity brings me to some Joe Satriani. Okay, let's go to view, turn off that delay. Okay, so there's no delay now. Okay, nice. Talking about what Joe Satriani was, I started doing this the other day. This is kind of fun. Go up to maybe the 4th position. Let's try this for fun. Does it get me into the mood, into a nice little bit of a B minor? Now, this isn't Joe Satriani, but this will get me there. I pick a destination where I'm going, and then let me go to another camera. There we go. I pick a destination where I want to go, but before I get there, I gotta listen to some cool mojo to get me there. So I'm listening to this to get me to where I want to go with Joe Satriani. So I'll try to, this is something I used to cover years ago. Oh, that was horrible. Come on, get it together, Eric. To where I want it to be. Okay, and that'll take us to here. So years ago, when I started getting into Joe Satriani, I took that piece there and it inspired me to write another piece too. And it's so weird. Like goes back, I don't know how many years that is, 20 some odd years. Yeah, there you go. You got it, John Kerry. You got it. From Fuel, right? Hemorrhage. I just love covering that. And our singer did such a beautiful job covering that. I mean, I got goosebumps listening to him to sing it. I'm going to get him over here one of these days. We're going to cover some of our old music and some of these covers. We'll do a session here, an acoustic thing. But so that track from Satriani inspired, inspired me to do one of my own, and I'm gonna butcher this, but I'm gonna show you. And I was relearning it tonight before I went live, and I want something like this. No. Okay, so here we go. So it is in B as well. This is the hard part. But the cool thing is, you want to see some cool two-hand tapping. They're going to jump into where the next topic is. Let's jump back with another camera here. Steve Lynch from Autograph, one of the best, one of the many of, but one of the best pioneers of 8-finger tapping, blah, 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 is on the show tonight. Tomorrow night. It's almost tomorrow. Tomorrow night, Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Steve's coming back. He's been on the show before. It's been probably 6-8 months or more. He's had a fantastic tour this year with the band. All kinds of great festivals. Now he's coming back on. He told me when we were on before, I'd love to come back anytime you want me. So I invited him to come back. He's back, and he's going to teach us tomorrow night. So guitar players, I'll try to find out how he's tuned. I'll let you know in advance if he's tuned down to E flat, whatever, and have a guitar handy. And it's not going to be a guitar lesson all night long, but he's going to take 2 or 3 of his, really cool techniques, and he'll teach us tomorrow night. So that's going to be an EVH and Gear TV exclusive. I mean, it's what else would you want to do on a Friday night? I was to learn some guitar from one of the best guitar players out there, especially from that movement. And from that same movement, same classmate, same GIT, same era, someone else who took that tapping to all kinds of awesome levels in a different avenue. I just mentioned her name several times before, Jennifer Batten. She's on my show on the Helix Hour. Now, she's been a previous guest here on the show, and we've kind of struck up a friendship ever since. We talk quite often. She's coming over for the very first time as a Helix guest over on Helix Hour. So we're looking forward to having her. That's on Sunday at 3 p.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. I'll correct myself. 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. So that will be very, very cool. So 2 really fun shows, 2 GIT alumni, master innovators in their technique. And we're going to learn. Jennifer won't be teaching us anything per se, but I might try to get us to show us the Beat It solo. That might be kind of neat. I know she's done it to death, but why not? She's going to be using my preset, hopefully, and we'll learn some things from her as well, too. She's just great to talk with. Both guests are going to be great. So even if you're not even a guitar player, you want to just come and check out some really cool stuff, it's for you. And for those of you that aren't the guitar players, please don't be thinking that you can be bored. It's going to be all lesson talk all night long. It won't. I'm thinking tomorrow night with Steve, maybe 20 minutes out of a 90-minute production, more like probably 15, focusing on the guitar stuff. But it'll be worth it for sure. Let's jump back to the comments, and we're going to wrap up probably in just a couple minutes. AndrewReverb.com. Sell stuff on Reverb. Yeah, that's probably an option as well too. John Carey says one day EVH will be your guest if you don't quit putting out shows. No, I'm going to be doing shows for a very long time. It's become something now in the family that it's part of the family. We're a YouTube family through and through, and we're pushing our channels. I can't see there ever being a retirement unless YouTube ceases to exist. So that'd be neat. Who knows, right? The invitation is always open for Mr. Van Halen to come by, and even if we do a pre-recorded off-the-air thing, the invitation is always open. 24 frets, John's asking. No, there's only 22 on this guitar. 22, but it's very nice. The access on this guitar, like I'll show you it's called the total access cutaway. I'm trying to see if I can trace it with my finger backwards here. So when you're doing like the high stuff, I can hit the 22nd fret without even touching the body of the guitar. I love it. It's almost like playing a Gibson SG on a Stratocaster body, if that makes any sense. It's so easy to access that. So I've been playing this guitar a lot lately. So 22 frets. Let me see what I've got. So we're talking about fuel. Andrew Robinson, Daryl Quall says fuel. Thank you, Funky Stuff Just Played was really good. Thank you. Lots of fun. I'll see if there's any other tones I can go through here before we wrap up in a minute too. During the time of Live, remember them? Yes, I remember Live very, very well. They were a great band. Yeah. Daryl says, I know them well. Let me see. Oh, I dropped a pick. Good thing I grabbed a couple extras just to have here. I love this atmospheric stuff. So we don't have to delay on, but just nice reverb. Listen to that. This guitar is just dirty pots and all. 1991. Love it. Very versatile sounding guitar. There's a neck pickup. Oh. Let's go back to some dirt for a second. Very cool. Let's go back to view. Go back to the Van Halen one. Just because I want a bit of dirt, not a ton. Oh, getting close, getting close, getting close. Oh, sorry about that. That's fun. I love it. Let's go back to the main screen. We are at 9:56. We'll wrap this up within an hour. So reminder, tomorrow, 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 Pacific. Steve Lynch from Autograph is here. He's going to teach us some really, really cool, crazy stuff. Stuff that you can learn one lick tomorrow night and go impress your girlfriend, your wife, your friends, your guitar player friends. You're going to learn some cool stuff. You can learn it right here on the show tomorrow night. Great takeaway. And then Sunday, Jennifer Batten, equally as cool in her own very own way, rockin' guitar player, 3 o'clock Eastern, 12 Pacific. I got it right this time. Let's wrap up with saying hi and bye to everybody here, and we'll wrap up there. How's that sound, guys and girls? Poo Ninja, only 2 springs. Indeed, only 2 springs on every guitar I own. 2 springs. I'm down in E flat, but 2 springs all the time. Let me see here. I missed a couple. So Andrew says, I wonder if Jennifer is going to switch from Digitech to Helix. I think so. Hey, I miss Craig as well, too. I think she is. I think she's pretty much possibly officially switched. She'll give us the whole rundown for sure. Craig, or Guitar Wannabe is here, says, I'll be here. Thanks. Cool, man. Yeah, there's some cool tips to learn tomorrow night for sure. Let me see here. I think I almost got all of them. I missed a couple. David Ennis, Nocturnal Butterfly, great job on the work. It doesn't get done by itself, so tip my hat to yes. Hats off to my beautiful Nocturnal. Scott Roos, I saw her in a guitar clinic many years ago when her first album came out. She just got back from a really exhausting European tour. I mean, night after night after night. And you know what? If I don't quote me on this, and unless this is a dream, and I know this is real, she got to play in one club on one of Jimi Hendrix's staged used Marshalls. And I know this for a fact. I'm not imagining things now. I do remember this. And she showed where he would rub his neck of the guitar, like up against the head, like this, on the head of the amplifier, and it would rip the Tolex. And you could see where it was ripped. She got to play on that. Can you imagine the mojo playing through one of Hendrix's Marshalls? Now, first of all, if I played through one of Hendrix's Marshalls, it would sound like crap. And even if I played through one of Eddie's old Marshall Plexis, I don't have the DNA or the talent level to be able to play through one of those amps and sound good. I know a lot of people that can. You know, here in Canada, Jacob DeRaps, he can play through those things and sound like Eddie Van Halen himself. I need the gain, and I need the pedals, and I need everyone to look the other way when I'm playing, you know, that kind of thing. But that's going to be a really cool story to hear that she played through one of Jimi Hendrix's stage-used Marshalls. Might have even been Woodstock. I don't know. We'll get the full details. That's pretty cool. I don't know if it was supplied by Backline from some kind of cool boutique club or something. I don't know. But that's a story. I saw it on Facebook. 24 frets creep me out, says Quentin. Yeah. Let me see here. And Scott Roos says, do you find Eruption playing harder playing sitting than standing, or standing than sitting? Yeah, sometimes I think sitting, I'm a little bit out of my comfort zone. And when I stand, I can play that probably considerably better. And I have my strap. I used to wear my guitar so high it looked like it was a violin. And I remember one time I had this guy who was a kind of a producer in LA to have a look at our band and said, you know, can you pick at us and tell us what we're doing right and what we're doing wrong, whatever. And first of all, he critiqued our wardrobe, which Nocturnal Butterfly will tell you, well, you know, we were just horribly dressed. And he says, for the love of God, would you please lower your guitar straps down? You know, so it wasn't to the point where it was Ramones, where I'm reaching down to my shoelaces to hit an E chord, but it was lower, and I could play Eruption reaching down a little bit better. You know, sometimes some of the harder tapping stuff, I would, you know, bring up a leg, whatever, or sit on a drum riser or something like that for certain tricky parts. But I think I can probably play better standing up. And I saw a video, I think it was with Steve from Boston. He was interviewing, or it might have been Tone King, I forget which, but they both were interviewing Phil X over there at GitCon and stuff like that. And Phil was trying to play something. He was sitting down and he stumbled on it, and which is rare for him to stumble. And then he says, he goes, most people say they suck standing up. I suck sitting down because he never sits down. So that was kind of a neat story. So we continue on with the last few comments here. And John Carey says 24 frets make neck single coil sound funny is what people say. That's cool. Good point. Bobby Lopez says, are you using HX Stomp? Yep, I am. Using that guy right there. I can't show you the real product because it's just off to the side. You can't see. You know what? I can do this. Why don't we do this? I can just mute that channel because I'm done playing for the night. I could do that. Just in case anybody thinks I'm playing trickery. I'm all done playing for the night. I had fun playing. I had fun playing for you. There you go. That's it. Beautiful. It looks better turned on. It's got a beautiful color display on it. Very, very cool. So yes, I'm using HX Stomp. That was the whole thing. Daryl Quall says great tone. So there's your answer on that one, Bobby. Rick Hefner, hello everyone. And I apologize, Rick, we're wrapping up here in just a moment, but I think it's worthwhile replaying back and have a look at some of the stuff. Michael Madej, Eric, how high off the 22nd fret is your action set? I honestly don't have a scale or even a really, really good ruler, but it's it takes no effort to press notes on here. I'm one of these guys that likes my action to the point where I could probably play it with no buzzing, and if I gave it to one of you guys or girls, it may buzz for you because you have a different touch than I would have. We all do, and it would probably buzz out. Like I even give him to Junior. Junior likes to do this. He likes to make fun of me. I'll give him one of my guitars, and he'll have a fret buzz, and he'll go, and like, why are you trying to point out that there's fret buzz? And he just does it to piss me off. But there's no fret buzz because he holds it different than I do. He'll play his bass like, Dad, he's like that. I'm like, there's no fret buzz, dude. You're holding your chin. Doing it wrong. And I play it, there's no fret buzz, but we all have our approach, right? So it's kind of a little long-going argument between the two. But long story short, my action is stupid low. It's effortless. It's very, 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 very effortless. And I've been using that Lizard Spit fresh and easy stuff. I've been never in my entire life been a fan of string lube products. And I told Chris Webster at Lizard Spit, that's a product I didn't want to try. He sent me a bunch. He sent me several products to sample. And I said I didn't really want to try that product. And I certainly did not want to like the product because I don't like string lube. And I love it to death. The guitar, I mean, look at the neck on this thing. As you can see, it's not greasy. It's not like spraying WD-40 on here. And speaking of which, I did WD-40 my chair tonight. Look at this. My stool. No noise. I love that. It used to be squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. I probably could have used Fresh and Easy on here. But it's not like WD-40 on your guitar. It just makes the strings like resilient to corrosion. And you just fly on the neck. It's nice. And I take the excess residue and I wipe it off. I wipe off the back of the neck. And it just almost feels like baby powder. Check it out. Lizardspit.com, I think. Daryl Qualls, a great tone. Quentin James says pod. Rick Hefner, yeah. So check out the replay. And that was the answer from Michael. Craig or John Wannabe says, see, now that's some good. Thank you. Todd Graff, that Yamaha 921 is really cool. I want one. Do yourself a favor. Anyone in, I think Phoenix is in the chat here as well, too. I think I saw Nocturnal tell me, and she's probably a little further down in the chat. Phoenix, you might even like one of these. Phoenix and I both play Kramer guitars. Her and I are both on the Kramer roster. Congratulations, Phoenix, for that, and doing very well with her new record out too. But you would like this guitar. The only way to get them now is on eBay and Reverbs and things like that. Pacifica 921. There's other models as well. This was one of the highest models, the highest level models back in the day. 3 DiMarzio pickups, all humbuckers all the way through, even the stacked humbucker in the middle. Swamp ash body. Beautiful, beautiful body. If you can find one in the cream, I would really recommend it, but they come in black. There's a pinky red one. I'm not sure if there might be a blue one, but last time I looked, I think they're around $700-800 Canadian, so probably $400, $500, $600 US. I recommend them. A Warmoth neck, jumbo frets, the total access cutaway. This guitar was built by Rich Lasner, and looking up the research on this guitar, Rich was the luthier at Ibanez, and he left Ibanez to go work for Yamaha, and it was supposed to be the successor to the Gem. This was going to be the next generation Gem. So when the Gem project was out, they were thinking, okay, just like in any manufacturing process, okay, we got product coming out now. What's the next one coming after? This was going to be it. And unfortunately for Ibanez, unfortunately for Yamaha, this become the guitar. And it's a cool guitar. It has the Floyd stays in tune phenomenal. There's some quirks about the Floyd I've talked about in other videos. I won't bore you with it tonight. It does stay in tune perfectly. I mean, I can dive bomb, slacking the strings off, and I'm still back in tune, no problem. It's a great guitar. So Todd Graff, I agree with you 100%. Poo Ninja Yamaha by Mama. Yamama, that's right. John, Kerry. I'd love to be drinking in the bar while Eric's band plays covers. One of these days, you could see that happen again because I'm getting the itch, but it's going to be a little while yet. I want to get back to it. But now the cool thing is, instead of being the guy coming in there carrying all these 412 cabinets and power amps and boards and stuff like that, I could show up with this, and I could literally run to front of house, run an in-ear, and I'm ready to go. I will probably, if I get back into that game, I will probably bring my full-blown Helix. I'll probably bring the Helix rack because it gives me further expansion. I wanted this one particularly. This is the reason why I wanted Stomp, is I wanted something I could put on my desk and play for you guys and girls without, I don't want to use the word hassle, because these other products are not a hassle. I want as simple as possible and have killer tone. It's phenomenal. $600 US, and you got a desktop unit that's a recording interface. You can it's just absolutely incredible. So that day may come there, I promise. Let me see here. Mel O'Brien says Hendrix used Marshalls at the Coliseum and Sons at Maple Leaf Gardens. Okay, cool. Good to know. So I did see Phoenix, so that's right. Fantastic. Thanks for jumping in, Phoenix. And I hope your record sales are doing good. I got to purchase one of those. I will order that right away. I wanted to get a physical CD too. I know you probably have digital downloads, but I'm going to purchase a physical one because I like to have the artwork and stuff. Scott Roos says, thank you for the impromptu live show. Have a great night. And yeah, I am jumping off right away. Andrew says, low action is the best. Phoenix says, I let go of 24 frets a few years ago, but now I got back to it. It can be quite useful once in a while. And I agree with you. I have two guitars here. The Kramer Assault 220, which is right, we're trying to point to it right about there. That has a 22 fret neck on it, like a Les Paul style, but 24 fret, and it's kind of neat. And then I've got the Line 6 Variax, which I can probably point to right, I think it's right there. It's 24 fret. So when you're doing some of the Van Halen stuff up in here or anything up in the 22nd fret, normally it's right here for you. So it's nice to ease. I like that. The tension can be a little different. Andrew says, but it makes you wonder how they got lizard spit in the bottle. That's where all the magic comes in. I don't want to be the one that's going to be getting them. Okay, lizard, okay, cough and spit, right? Lick Max says, oh my God, I miss Kramer guitars. I'm working on something really cool for Kramer Corner. Kramer Corner's been a little quiet lately, and I apologize. It's, when you have 4 shows, somebody's got to be, kind of pulling up the rear. And right now, unfortunately, it's the Kramer Corner, and I haven't forgotten about it. Trust me. It's just booking guests for 4 shows is like absolutely insane, like literally insane. But, I've started something. I follow through with everything I do now. Years ago, I may not necessarily do that, but Kramer Corner is going to be coming back, and I'm working on a pretty epic guest at the moment. It'll be pretty neat to see. And you'll get to see lots more Kramer guitars on there. Last 2 comments here. Michael Day, I thought your action was very low by how it looks. I have mine set is low, minimal buzz for me too with a softer touch. Yeah, I always relate it to people by saying it's like having a bad clutch in your car. These days, not too many people drive a stick shift, but I grew up driving stick shift. And because I'm always like hot dogging around in a car, I would burn my clutch out a lot by popping the clutch and squealing my tires and all that kind of stuff. And eventually your clutch will burn out. And if what that means is, you go to shift and go to take off and your clutch is slipping and then it just jumps. Well, I could drive my car no problem. But let's say, you have your buddy drive you home, you're tired, whatever. And hey, you want to take over and drive, and that person drives your car and they just can't make it go for anything. That's the same way with the guitar. With our guitars, we have our action set to the way we like it. We let someone else play it. They don't know how to approach it the way we do, and it plays differently. So that's my analogy there. Last 2 comments. Phoenix says, I've been in love with the Pacifica for many years. I saw Michael Lee Firkins playing one. Pacifica is indeed very similar to the Ibanez Gem. Just as good, in my opinion. She says, yeah, I do think so. It feels very, very similar. Very similar. And Bobby says, have a day all. Nice playing, Eric. Thank you. So listen, we're going to wrap up here 10:09 Eastern Standard Time. So Nocturnal Butterfly's got the link in the chat, broadstash.com. And to recap, the most important thing of this entire thing, first of all, it was nice to be able to play for you, and I appreciate the feedback on playing and things like that. But I greatly appreciate the support. If you're ever thinking about buying one of our products, Helix Hour, Kramer Corner, EVH and Gear TV, Rocking Dead, or anything in the really, really cool Broad Stash line, and for the women that are here as well too, the really cool products for the ladies that you'll look fantastic in, all proceeds for the month of MoVember will go to MoVember Canada. And I'm very proud to be able to contribute all those sales. And as whatever they are, if they're little or they're large, by the end of the month, I'm going to share that with you in a nice little kind of a recap as we go into December. And we'll let you guys and girls know how we did, and we'll make kind of a formal announcement with that. And then we're going to start something really, really cool in December, a really cool contest. Watch for some details coming up on that soon too, where it's going to be a really, really cool prize. It's going to be a little bit of a show and tell. We won't give you too many spoilers on that yet, but it's going to be really neat. You show us something appropriate, not inappropriate, and you can win something. It's going to be very, very cool. It can be guitar related, and we'll have lots of fun. Going to have a nice milestone here. Could happen throughout the evening. I'm very excited about it. About to hit my first 1 million views on the channel here. For a lot of you, even some of you that are watching, I know some of your channels, you have even more than that. But my first 1 million views should happen within the evening, and we're on our countdown to 10,000 subscribers. I forget where we're at right now, 93 something. The traffic lately has been crazy, especially introducing my newest segment, Rocking Dead. I've been very happy with what's been happening. So our countdown to 10,000 is here. I think we'll do it well before Christmas, and it all comes from the support of you guys and girls who really believe in what we're doing here in this family. And I'm very grateful. Yeah, I say it a lot, but I'll say it one last time before we hang up. Thank you very, very much for the support that you give myself, and more importantly, even my family here. It means a lot to all of us. We're a team here. All right, everyone. You have a great evening. Thursday night, come and see us tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Steve Lynch from Autograph is here. He's going to teach us how to do this stuff. Okay, I can't even do it. It's going to be awesome. See you tomorrow night, everybody. And here comes that link one more time. for MoVember, broadstash.com. Cheers.
Hey, you're still here? Eric Jr. here, reminding you to check out our full lineup of quality merch. Available right now in the Broadstash Boutique. Quality products and fast shipping. Visit broadstash.com today.
I am now on Patreon. If you enjoy my content and wish to support my channel and what I do, then please check out my Patreon page at patreon.com/EVH Gear TV. Your support assures the continued growth of this channel and a fun community in which to share our love for Van Halen, music gear, and much more.
My name is Eric and I'm playing Wolverine guitar.
Video production services provided by Design 39 Media. Visit design39media.com for all your website, photography, and video production needs. Microphones for EVH and Gear TV are provided by Rode Microphones, and official Van Halen merchandise is provided by VanHalenStore.com.